Hi there everybody, it's UK independent demonstrator Halsey here from slimandstylish.com. Thank you for joining me today. Today I have two newer stamp sets to play with you. I've got the Ornate style stamp set, which is purely images, there's no sentiments on it at all. And then the Ornate Thanks, which is all sentiments and no images. So they actually go really well together and they're from the same suite in the new annual catalogue. I've put them together to make this card just here. I really like it, and I don't know if you can see, it's really super shiny because I have heat embossed all of this. So let me show you how to put it together. You need 2 pieces of Whisper White cardstock. So this one here is 8.5 centimetres by 12.85 centimetres. And that's that one. You then need a slightly bigger piece, so this is 9.5 centimetres by 13.85 centimetres, so there's the centimetre difference like that. I say like that, I bet you can't see white on white, but hopefully you can see on this card here. I'm going to concentrate on the smaller piece first to put the big focal image on it. So I'm going to use my Stamparatus. This one is a cling stamp set. This one is cling and this one is photopolymer, but because it's cling, I want to take out one of my foam pieces. I have 2 foam pieces in here. If it's photopolymer, I put both foam pieces in. If it's cling, I just need the one. Put my cardstock in. Now it's very important with this card, because we're going to be heat embossing, that it stays in the right place. So you're going to want your bone folder handy as well. Out the case. Pop the case underneath here, and it gives it then the support for when you ink it up, so it all works. I think me and my grid paper are getting a bit skew-iff, but you know, we'll cope. So I'm going to pop my larger set on there. Okay, make sure you leave a gap at the bottom, because there's a sentiment that goes at the bottom. This for all you do, so you want to pop it there, and you definitely want to make sure that the paper stays in the same place, because we will be doing heat embossing over the top. So I am just going to do that so I know which grid on my square it's on, just in case it moves, but I'm hoping it won't move. So pick it up. I'm going to use Memento first. And I would recommend, if you buy this stamp set, to always use the Stamparatus with it. I have gone through and used a block with it, which is fine, but because it is a larger stamp, that stamped okay and hasn't proved my point. Because it is a larger stamp, sometimes the middle bit doesn't stamp as clearly and you need to go back over and apply more pressure, and that's why the Stamparatus is normally best for that. But it's stamped okay for me, so I can't prove that point to you. So I'm just going to clean this up with my chamois, and you want to clean this well, because I'm going to use my Versamark, and with that being a sort of a see-through colour, a nude colour, you don't want to get the black on it. And I'm just going to pop my lid on my Memento for a minute. So Versamark over the stamp, and you're going to just ink all of that up. Notice I am giving this just a couple of seconds to dry, because I'm going to come over with my embossing buddy, but if you go over it straight away, your embossing buddy is going to get just a little bit grubby, so you just want to give it a few seconds to dry. There we go. Over that. Okay, stamp that down. I'm actually going to do the Versamark twice because it's clear. I can't see if I've got all of it, and I want to definitely make sure it's all done. I mean, that image looked lovely without being heat embossed, but there was something about it. I was like, I want to heat emboss that. Okay. Clear embossing powder. I'm just going to move the magnets off. I think I've put enough on there. Absolutely covered it. Nobody sneeze. I just realised I didn't fold my grid paper before. Make sure every part of it is covered. And you should be able to see here if it's all covered, because your image will be slightly lighter than the dark it was before. Okay, so before I do that or anything with it, I'm just going to pop this powder back in its pot, because I can make a mess at the best of times. So. You put glitter or embossing powder on a piece of paper like that, you put it aside and think, I'm not going to touch it, it will be fine while I do the video. And you can bet your life by the end of the video it's all over the floor, and I have no idea because I haven't been anywhere near it. So I am just clumsy like that. I can't remember if I chamoised that. I'm just going to very quickly do it. And then that away. I'm keeping this out for a reason. I actually really like, when I come to heat emboss cards, I really like having them on a flat plastic surface because I feel that they don't warp as much. They might still do, it's personal preference, I suppose. I'm going to be using my heat tool, so it is going to be a bit loud, so do turn your sound down if you've got me up loud. And you should be able to see when I start heat embossing this, the difference that it makes to the image. See, it's starting to go really black and shiny. Love that. When you start embossing and it starts going from that matte colour to a really high gloss, I think it's beautiful. It does make me smile. So now I've got my image and it is already heat embossed. I'm going to colour it in. So I'm coming in with the Granny Apple Green blend. And for this one, I'm doing the stalk, and it's always fun blending over heat embossing because it's silky. And your pen goes on really, really easily. So, but it's also a lot easier because it's raised. It helps you keep with the lines. So you can colour a lot quicker. So I'm just doing the dark Granny Apple Green down the centre of the leaves. Oh, missed one. And then the light Granny Apple Green over the top like that. Once you have heat embossed it, like I said, it just For me, it just seems to make blending quicker because you feel like you're gliding. There we go. Oh, missed a bit again. Okay, these ones here I'm doing in Ratio Rose. I never know if I'm saying that correctly, but I've got so used to saying it like that now that I'm owning it. So I'm just going around and putting a line where all of the shady bits are on the stamp set with the dark colour. Like that. Oh, I've missed a bit of the leaf off again. Clever clogs. There's always going to be a bit on these like multi sort of level stamps that as you come along you're going to notice that bits aren't blended and then work out that you've missed the colour that they should have been. So I'll go back and do that in a minute, but I'm just going to go over this with the light. Now, I wasn't too sure about all of the stamps that were in this stamp set. I mean, don't get me... Oh, I've coloured it in red now. Do you know what? That is now a petal. And I'm not allowed to talk again because I make mistakes. It's now a petal. And obviously I'm going to keep talking. I like chattering. When we got this stamp set come through, I liked this stamp that was like the main stamp in it. But I actually wasn't much of a fan of the other little stamps. There's 6 stamps overall. 1, 2, 3, yeah, 6. And I thought, well, I'm probably not going to use the other ones. I'll just use the big one. But I did a card the other day that used the little ones, and I quite like them. This is my problem with catalogues for stamping things. I think to myself, no, I don't like that. And then this is Purple Posy, by the way. And then I get it or play it with it or see someone else do something. And all of a sudden I'm like, oh, I love that. I have to have it. So that's what's happened with the other stamps. I knew I liked this one. I knew this one was going to get used lots. It was just the other ones in the set that I thought, maybe not. So that's the dark. I'm coming over with the light next. Oh, it would help if I put this down. I can see what it looked like, but you can't, so we'll put it down so you can see what we're doing. Okay, the So Saffron's coming in. This is the dark So Saffron, and it is just for the inside of the flowers. There we go. And the final one is Lint Macaron. And for this one, I'm putting the dark bits around in a circle on those bits in the centre. And I'm just going to keep going. And then I'm just going to go over all of the top with the light one. I really like this heat embossed. I did another card with it, coloured it all in, liked it. I'm not saying I didn't like it, but I just thought, oh, you know, it could have something a bit more on it. And like I said, I liked it. There was nothing wrong with the card, and I've actually done a video on it. It's one with Calypso Coral, I think it is, and Pretty Pink. and it's sort of all of this as the background, and I've coloured the background in as well, and the whole card's coloured. But for me, I really like it heat embossed. So the sentiment I'm using with this is for all you do. So let's find that one. There it is. You hear my wobbly chair. It's squeaky at the moment. I used to sit at my craft desk and I used to have a stool here. Now I've been working from home. This 6 hours on a stool was just unbearable. So I've actually got a chair now that's quite comfy. The only thing is I've managed to get this creak and the chair creaks. So I'm just going to chamois that off, because I want to use the same block for the thank you, and this is the big thank you here, and it's this font that I love. I think this is really, this I can take it or leave it, but this font I think is gorgeous. So I've got my thank you. I'm going to just pick up a piece of scrap Whisper White, and I'm actually just going to stamp it that way so that I get it all in, and I'm not worried about trying to fit it in here because it is a fat sentiment. Okay. Oh, that didn't come out very clear. I must not have pressed the middle very well. Perhaps I should have done this on the Stamper Artist. Make sure it's all, yeah, there we are, that's all inked. Much better. I'm not heat embossing this bit because I feel I've got all the shine below and I don't need this bit heat embossed. So I'm just going to chop that down. Come on. There we are. Thank you. And then the larger piece that goes at the back of here, I've got some stamping to do on that as well. I've popped the little flower, it's this flower, all the way around the back. So that's a separate stamp from the Ornate style. Just that little one up there. And for this one, I'm just going around the outside of it. There's no point stamping and blending in the middle because you're not going to see it. So I'm not wasting time stamping and colouring where you're not going to see. So instead, I'm just taking this around the outside to create a sort of frame. And there's no pattern, I'm just turning my hand with it as I'm going. Like that. Exactly the same colour blend, so it's mint macaron and granny apple green. So it's just around those bits with the dark. And the So Saffron as well you'll need for the middle of the flower. I'm going to put that as the bullet tip, otherwise I'm going to make a mess and colour outside of it. I did contemplate colouring the background of this one, but then changed against it because I think it's a really busy card. And I just didn't want to make it any busier really. I thought you've got to keep it simple in one way. Sometimes when you do too much, it detracts from the prettiness of the actual first stamp. So know when to stop, I think, is the phrase. So there we go. Granny apple green. I do like Granny apple green. It's such a bright, happy colour. I don't use it often enough because normally when I do leaves and things, I do them in shaded spruce. I used to use Call Me Clover, and I use Mossy Meadow, like the deeper colours. But Granny apple green does bring a smile to my face because it's so sort of bright green, highlighter green, isn't it really? And it's lovely. It's a happy colour. So saffron just in the centre. Okay, and now it's to build all of this up. So I do have some mint macaron cardstock, which I'm just going to attach that onto. If I had some snail handy. There we go. So let's stick that onto there. Okay, I also have the sheer linen mint macaron ribbon. This is from the mini catalogue. It will be leaving us for the new catalogue. So if you want it, get it now because it won't be available then. So it won't be available after the 3rd of June. So make sure you get it sort of before the 2nd of June. Okay, I'm just going to cut 4 little pieces, as you can see, tailored at the side. There's 1, 2, 3, 4. Oh. It's fell inside my wheel. Yeah, I'm just going to cut myself another one, otherwise I'm going to be there all day trying to get that out. Okay. So for this, you need to work out where you want to put your thank you. I put my thank you over sort of there so that you've got a little bit of the flower as well as the sentiment, and I still quite like it there. So this is where I'm going to stick the ribbon. So I'm just going to leave my finger there and apply the snail over there like that, and then stick all the ribbon down. So you want to start by spraying it out on both sides. That up a bit so it doesn't hit the sentiment, and then gradually build it in like that. Okay, and then you want to pop some snail on the thank you. Leave about 1 centimetre. Oh, that's that snail finished. Leave about 1 centimetre at each edge, because this overhangs and you don't want any glue on that. And then position it on the card. Okay, some dimensionals. Jay, this is amazing. I shoot a few videos on one day, so I've done about 5 today, and they'll be coming to you sort of scheduled over the next few weeks. It works better with my work diary to do that. But on the video I did before this, I got out a clean sheet of dimensionals and then couldn't find them when it come to actually using them. So I started another sheet. And now I've found the clean sheet but can't find the other sheet that I just started. Honestly, I'd lose my head if it wasn't attached. That is no sort of drama either. I really would. I'm terrible. So I'm just going to pop that over there. There you go. Stick it onto your piece of cardstock. So this is the Stampin' Up! Thick Whisper White. And I've cut it into a 10-fold card. I'm just going to attach that onto there. And there we go. What do you think? I really like it. So it's the Ornate style and the Ornate Thanks stamp set. You can get both of these from my website, slimandstylish.com. Go up to the header and click buy. You can also get all of the embossing powders and the heat tool from there as well, and any of the blends. And like I said, if you like this ribbon and you want this ribbon, you'd need to get it before the start of the new catalogue on the 3rd of June. So thank you for joining me. If you have liked this project, do subscribe. And if you do buy any of the projects from my store, don't forget to use the hostess code, because then I send you little goodies as a thank you for purchasing with me. All right, see you all soon. Bye.